Hello everyone, with playing over 100 games in every single battle mode, I was able to figure out what's the best way to get these Pinata sticks. And stick around the end because we have some tips that'll help you get these things incredibly fast. Alright, Pinata event, we need 1,500 of these Pinata sticks in order to get all 5 rewards. Just note, when you go into battle, getting trees will not drop these, grabbing carrots will not drop these, and you won't be seeing them from blue boxes. There's a lot of times I thought I was seeing them from blue boxes, but there was usually a skeleton right around the corner from it. Even though we don't get these things from trees or from carrots, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be trying to grab a Greg or a Mavis to get the ball rolling and get that good head start. Also note, based by the battle mode, you won't be seeing these from Pinatas, you won't be seeing them from the Royal Ghosts, the actual moles inside the game, or even the critters. All these Pinata sticks themselves will be coming strictly from the monsters inside the game. Now, I did go inside and just see if there was any type of pattern, like do we get these things every 10 times? And when I went up against the smaller monsters, there was nothing at all. Sometimes I got on the 10th, the 3rd, sometimes I got 2 of them in a row. It's completely random of when these things drop. I also did the same thing with the middle-sized monsters there. It just seems to be pretty much the same scenario. Doesn't matter what monster you kill inside the game, it's going to be a random chance if it drops one of these things. And before I forget, another thing that won't drop these is the Royal Knights, the skeletons created by the Witch, or even Nita's Bear. So given that this is going to be based around a lot of killing the monsters inside the game, any type of damage dealer is going to be great, even all-arounders, and I'd even say that somebody like Tank or Barbarian King, even though they're defenders, they're still putting out a decent amount of damage to get rid of these mobs. Ideally, Bo is going to be a solid one to go inside with this because he does more damage to monsters, but even Colt, Shelly, or even the Archer Queen are good range attackers to be picking. On top of good attackers, we also need to have speed to help us get from monster to monster, so Hog Rider is probably going to be the best case scenario, but still Chicken and Max are good to go with too. We want anything that's just going to help us with speed, give us some boots, and obviously if you see a turbo event going on, don't worry about grabbing the Chicken, but still, having some speed is definitely a necessity. One of the key things I like to do is at the 1 minute mark is when the vines stop creeping in and you're pretty much left with that center square. I like to go around that outer edge and just start cleaning up the mobs. You'll find a lot of times the ones that were just hanging out all the way in the corner have now been pressed into that inner corner, and you can sometimes find 5 or 6 mobs just sitting there waiting to drop these sticks. I kind of like to use a little bit of a stutter step where I take a shot, move a couple steps, take another shot, all while using my speed boost to keep things moving smoothly. The times I did this and worked that outer edge, I usually saw about 11 or 12 Pinata sticks per game. If I didn't though, and we had even something like Angry Vines, it was typically around like 7. Now there was 2 game modes that worked incredibly well, the first one being Mega Start because hey, you got a Mega to help maul down these mobs, but the next one was going to be Loot Surge. For some reason, Loot Surge just had a whole bunch of Pinatas in it, and those were the ones where I usually saw about 14 or 15. If you aren't sitting in Squad League right now, you have an advantage in this. You could simply go use up all your chest tokens, lose your win streak, and then go into the one where it says play without rewards. This will allow you to keep on dying until you see that loot surge, and then essentially go and just kind of stack up on these things. Given that you can have 4 friends to help you with this to complete that 1,500, you really should only need to get 300 if everybody's doing their part. So I honestly don't think going and losing your win streak and the rewards are necessary. But when it comes to selecting your friends inside the game to help you, if they're not getting at least 100, they're not your friend at all. And don't go and select everybody on the first day and just hope that they're going to do their part. Wait till the last day. We got 3 days to do this, so after 48 hours, go onto the Discord, share your picture of how many you have, and say, hey, looking for legit people who also have high numbers, so you're not going and doing all the work and trying to rack up 800 Pinata sticks yourself. There were other times inside the game too where I just saw Pinata sticks sitting there that other players didn't even grab, or even a cannon knocked out an enemy and caused them to drop one. So keep your eyes peeled for them too, because you might be surprised how many you just find sitting there. I'd say don't worry about chasing other enemies too much and try to get them busted, because whatever ones they grab, they're not going to drop them if they die, so you're solely stuck on whatever you can find inside the game. But that's what I have for you guys on the Pinata event there. If you guys want to know a bad habit you should be trying to break immediately, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.